Welcome to another episode of Getting Their Flowers, the series that I told you about with Brock. This is about Sabu. Sabu is, to me, the fucking GOAT, okay? I don't care about his resume or like none of that. He's one of those guys that I personally think deserves his flowers for being so innovative and so, dude, like Sabu is a character I have never seen before. Sabu in my lifetime, I can't speak for everybody else, but Sabu, bro, is like, when I first seen Sabu, I think my first match I was ever introduced with Sabu was, this was the first match, Terry Funk versus Sabu for the ECW World Title in a barbed wire match. I was hooked. I was like, who is this fucking dude? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, this guy's different. That was the first violent match I ever seen like that. You know what I'm saying? Before I started watching XPW, CZW, and all the other wild shit. But, and of course, I did a lot of my research on Sabu, FMW, and where he came from, all this shit. Sabu is so fucking fire to me, bro. He's one of those dudes that do not have to pick up a microphone, and I am hooked on everything he's doing. Literally. Dude, Sabu is one of those people, he can drop an elbow and it tickles me. Like, he's one of the most entertaining people I've ever seen that do not have to display, like, his gimmick is basically him in a way. Like, not him, because I've seen interviews where Sabu's talking and he seemed like real cool as fuck. But when he's in wrestling, he's just this outrageous, unpredictable as hell. Like, I can't tell you what Sabu's ever gonna do, bro. Like, he gets you hooked every trip. He ain't the biggest guy, he ain't the strongest guy, but Sabu, the way he used weapons, I've never seen that. Arabian face busters, this motherfucker, the damn triple jump moonsault is so impressive. You gotta think about how bad that can go. If he slipped on the ropes and went back and hit his back or his neck on that bar of the chair, he never do. I've never seen him fuck that move up. I've never seen it. But bro, like, certain shit Sabu did, the damn air Sabu where he set the chair up, which Mark Briscoe been doing. Shouts out to, I love the tribute to Sabu. The air Sabu, he jump on a chair to jump in the crowd. Like, this motherfucker was just crazy, bro. Jumping through tables for no reason, and dude's just fucking wild. And I just love it, bro. This is one of those situations where I don't care about him not being uber duper famous and world championships. And he had ECW World Title. I think he was XPW World Champ too. It may not mean nothing on a grander scale, but Sabu, hell, to me, he's the reason for Jeff Hardy with the wild shit. You know what I'm saying? So Sabu is one of the most innovative, charismatic enigmas for real. Like, that don't, just like Jeff Hardy, don't have to say nothing. He just makes you watch. He's fascinating. Scars all over him. He's from Bombay, India. He's a foreign character that's not your average foreign character. He don't have to talk. He's a fucking loony bin. Like in the ECW days, they used to carry him out with 911 on a damn Hannibal Lecter cheer and shit. Like, and it made sense, because when he get in the ring, bro, he didn't care for you or himself. This dude Sabu is so dope to me, bro. I just can't help it, man. Like, any time on a wrestling game, man, we done had Sabu action figures, Sabu everything, bro. Anything Sabu, I'm watching. Like, I am a Sabu mark. If anybody had a video about talking shit about Sabu, I would not watch that shit at all. No, you can't tell me nothing wrong about Sabu, bro. Nothing. I don't give a fuck about none of his personal problems. In case he did a Chris Benoit, I would be legitimately hurt as a fan. I don't know him in real life, but as a fan, I'll be hurt if he pulled a Benoit. But thus far, Sabu ain't no bitch ass dude like Benoit. So Sabu's the fucking man, bro. He's the man. Even WWE couldn't deny it when they brought back the WWE ECW. He was one of the top guys. They got in trouble for that bullshit in 2006 with carrying that gas and shit, but they didn't even get fired. You know, so because they couldn't deny him. Sabu is one of those dudes that could hook any crowd because you don't know what the fuck he's ever gonna do. He don't have a certain set of moves. Sabu then not even just weapons. Sabu is a hell of a wrestler. Watch him versus Jericho, him versus Rob Van Dam, him versus a few people that just having just matches. Man, Sabu's one of the dopest in-ring guys I ever seen. Sabu is fire, bro. Like nobody could tell me different, man. Sabu definitely deserves his flowers. He's getting his flowers today. He may not accomplish all the big things and had all the big matches and all that shit, but Sabu is definitely a legend. He's one of the unsung greatest. When you think of ECW, Sabu's one of the first faces you think of, and we all know ECW is the reason for professional wrestling having life today. Without ECW, I don't know. I think wrestling would be very boring because ECW, like Paul Heyman said, was Nirvana when everybody else was hairstyle bands and all this other shit. That ECW was Nirvana. ECW was Grindhouse, and everything else was Disneyland. So Sabu's a big part of that. So Sabu definitely deserves his flowers. Hell, man, him and Taz had a great ass rivalry. He made me like Taz. You know, Sabu is just one of those dudes that's like polarizing. He just polarizing as fuck, bro. You can't take your eyes off of him, and you can't help but to like him. Sabu used to be heel in ECW. You couldn't tell. You know what I'm saying? Because the people, you can't help but to like this dude. And I don't know what you really like about him, really, when you think about him. He don't talk, but he don't have to. He don't have to talk. Like, just let him do whatever he does. And I love it, man. So, I mean, it's not many other things to say. I mean, is he ever going to be in a Hall of Fame? I think he deserves it. I definitely think it. I mean, you could put the whole ECW in the Hall of Fame, honestly. But I definitely think he deserves it. I know Sabu turned it down. He don't look at that as a real Hall of Fame, which, I mean, he got an argument. Donald Trump's in the Hall of Fame, and Mike Tyson's in the Hall of Fame. I think Drew Carey's in the Hall of Fame. So it's like, um, I get it, but Sabu, man, is just, he's a guy I wish we can make 30 years old again, 35, and bring him in today's time. Oh my God. Can you imagine Sabu on TV somewhere now? Young and fresh. Oh, man. Sabu's one of the dopest dudes. Isn't he the inventor of bringing tables to America? That's why he didn't like Public Enemy, and I think that's why he didn't like Public Enemy. I could be wrong about how that story went. It don't even matter, bro. None of that shit means anything. Sabu's the unsung greatest on the underground level, basically. He's basically like an underground king that got some levels of shine. He's basically remind me of ICP. If you're familiar with the Insane Clown Posse, they may not be uber duper like mainstream fans, but these guys are underground gods. They got their own world. That's what Sabu's been. He even been to Juggalo events. So that proves my point. He's basically the ICP of wrestling. Um, and ICP is, they do have their own wrestling joints, but you get what I'm saying. Sabu's basically the ICP of wrestling. He's an underground legend. People, I'm sure most people that knows anything about ECW or just knows anything in general about Sabu, I'm sure you probably look at him maybe the same, maybe not. Who knows? You know, it's all opinionated. But I just think Sabu is, he was so light years ahead of his time. You got people doing his moves to this day. You got people that's not even trying his moves because Sabu's a very dangerous dude. Triple jump moonsault. If you don't know what that is, go look it up and see how impressive that is, bro. He's jumping on a chair, jump off the chair. He has to balance himself on the ropes, jump over the fucking chair with a moonsault. That's why you don't see nobody trying that, because that can go wrong. Sabu's way ahead of his time. So Sabu, he earned his flowers. He deserves his flowers. Comment below who else you think deserved their flowers and all the other good shit. We are out.